What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackwitz. This is the Cage Review. And I'm going to review a match that has been called the greatest wrestling match ever made. Dave Meltzer, who I think is getting a little too full of himself, gave this a 7-star match. It's only a 5-star rating, 5 being perfect, so how you get better than perfect, I don't know. Dave Meltzer, I think, it's time for him to fucking stop. But, having said that, this is Dominion 2018, New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's Kenny Omega versus Okada. And, I'm not even going to try the first name, sorry guys. But, I really did like this match. Let's start off with that. I thought it was an amazing match. Really good. I really like Kenny Omega, and he pulled off a hell of a match here. I've never seen Okada before, and I have to say that I am impressed with what I've seen with Okada in this match. Now, this is the best 2 out of 3 falls match, and I'm going to give you kind of the condensed version because it's a long match. There's a lot of stuff we could get into, but let's just deal with how this plans out. Okada takes the first fall. Kenny Omega takes the next 2 falls. Kenny Omega wins the New Japan Pro Wrestling title, whatever it is. I don't know. Sorry, I haven't watched it. And apparently the gimmick here was that Okada has not been beat like that much at all in like the last several years. So this is an absolute workhorse, fan favorite going up against the absolute badass of the company, it looks like. And they really went after each other. Like, there were so many spots outside of the ring where I was just like, holy shit. I was super impressed with the risks that they took. Some of the bumps that both of these guys took just looked nasty as hell. And they put on a great show. They really did. One of the first things that really made me cringe was there was a spot where Okada kicked Kenny Omega off the ring, and Kenny Omega hits this like steel bar barricade ribs first. And I don't care how choreographed wrestling is, how fake you may think it is, if you take a shot like that to the ribs, it is going to hurt like hell. And I am quite sure that it did. Kenny Omega was writhing in pain. They did so many really good spots in this match. And I was honestly floored by it. Like, some of the stuff that they did. They did a reverse Hurricane Rana. Kenny Omega hits Okada with a reverse Hurricane Rana outside the ring on that floor. And it just looked nasty. Okada, he just slumped down after that. And both of these guys, I have to say one thing right off the bat about their actual performance part of it. These guys are precision with everything. When this game was 30-40 minutes into it, they were still enough gas, and they were pulling off amazing moves left and right. And I mean, I don't think I've ever seen more precision in a wrestling match. I really don't. I will say that. Honestly, after that like 50-minute mark, I think it was like a 70-something minute match, the gas was out of the tank for both of these guys. I mean, they were still going, but honestly, they were both burnt out. I mean, this was a marathon match for sure. So I also have to give it to them for pushing the limits of how long they push their bodies in a match like this, because they had kind of a slow start for the first minute or two, maybe. But after that, like, they hit the gas and it was just gas. Like, you know, they were creating these really good spots. There was a really good spot with a table outside that was not like a normal breakable table that you would see in WWE. And I forget who landed on that, but that was a nasty ass bump too. Kenny Omega. There's like, it's funny because in New Japan Pro Wrestling, there's like a first barricade and a second barricade before you get to the fans. And so Okada is on the outside of the ring in between the 2 barricades, and then Kenny Omega jumps off the top rope, springboards, and does like a cross body onto the concrete outside there, and it had to hurt, dude. It just had to hurt. Like the bumps these guys were taking, it was pretty phenomenal. As far as the storyline goes, like there was storyline there, but it was not the best storyline match I've ever seen. I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hart, come on. And honestly, a couple of Triple H Undertaker matches, as much as, you know, some people say Triple H is overrated, his matches with the Undertaker, the storytelling part of it was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And this one, it had good storytelling, but not great storytelling. I've seen better matches as far as storytelling goes. This was a high performance match. Now, I'm going to say though, as much as I love this match, and I did think it was a great match, and I usually rate my shows, you know, out of 10. And if I was to give this a rating, it would be a 9, maybe 10 out of 10. It wouldn't be a 15 out of 10, Meltzer. You know, you don't get any better than perfect. I don't understand your logic there. But very good match. But I have seen better matches. I mean, as far as not only storytelling, but just wow factor. I'm a big fan of Money in the Bank or ladder matches, TLC matches, things like that. And I gotta be honest that there are matches that have wowed me more than this. As far as two guys getting in the ring and creating a great match though, you don't get much better, I'll be honest. It was incredibly good. There are matches that I enjoyed more for the wow factor, there are matches that I enjoyed more for the storytelling factor. But usually the wow factor had a lot of guys in it and a lot of utensils. And story, you know, you just have it or you don't. And these guys have it, don't get me wrong. They definitely have it. You cannot take anything away from these guys. Nothing. But I just feel like, you know, there are matches I've seen that are better. Not trying to take anything away from this one. But I don't think it was the greatest match ever made. I think it was very, very good. I think it was easily in the top 5%. But to say it was the greatest match ever made, I think you're forgetting a lot of wrestling history there. You know, stories like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with Macho Man Randy Savage, that was pretty damn good. And I'll be honest, I think honestly my favorite feud of this generation has been Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. Those guys are fucking amazing. They put on wars. And as much as I love this match here, and I fucking loved it, I honestly really thought that Tommaso and Johnny Gargano, NXT Chicago, if you want a better match, you don't have to go any further. Honestly. It was amazing. So, that's kind of my review on Okada Omega. They were very good. They did some incredible spots. They had moments where you weren't sure, you know, you thought Okada was going to come back and get the pinfall again. Didn't. So they had a great back and forth. They had some emotion to it. At the end of the day, it was a great match, but it was not the best match. That's what I'm taking away from it, and I think I will give it a 10 out of 10. I think it deserves it. I think it deserves to be in the upper echelon of wrestling matches that I've seen. But not the best match ever made. So that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackwitz. KH Nation out.